listen to KBLA and I love the commercials. I know what the commercials mean. I also, if I'm looking and trying to figure something out, I need something to talk to me that might hit me. And it happens on TV because, you know, every time they show a sporting event, they got the pharmaceutical companies back to back to back telling people how to fix the sickness on the same stuff that they sell them. So we get it.
Yep, we get it too, Chuck D. And that's why at KBLA Talk 1580, we don't black down.
Drop it! Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be. Fight the power! Fight the power! Fight the power! Fight the power!
Hey Zoe, I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light.
But I come across a video of James Baldwin, and he says, you know, there isn't as much humanity as one would like, but there's enough. And what you've got to remember is that when you walk down the street, every person you meet, you could be that person. That could be you. You could be that monster. You could be that saint. And you have to decide who you're going to be. Now, James Baldwin was treated shabbily by my society because of his race and other things. But he had a right to be bitter. But even in that circumstance, he uttered the ultimate humanist statement. You could be that person could be you. And the phrase that rang in my head when I heard that was defiant humanism. That even in harsh and brutal times, we're called upon to see each other in the fullest, deepest, and most respectful way that God imagined that they would be seen. Thank you very much.
Defiant humanism. Now, you know, a lot of people would be like, humanism, you know, it's a belief system. It's a ethical belief system. Listen, we have to become defiant humanists in intimate relationships. Okay? Enough is enough. We've got to stop. Relationships are not a safe space for your wounds. They should be an unsafe space for your deeply seated issues. Why? Because relationship is a mirror. We're all works in progress. We should be humanist in relationship. And I mean defiantly humanist in relationship. You heard how he contextualized it. To be able to see ourselves and each other as we are. It's too much pantomiming. It's too much performing. I know you don't want to hear it put that way, but tonight's topic, defiant humanism in intimate relationships, a deeper examination of how works in progress, WIPs, should relate to and love one another. Somebody told you wrong. Oh, it's got to be a safe space. No, you have to be safe internally. What you are begets more of itself. What you're not begets more of itself. You remember what I said a couple weeks ago? You get what you earn internally. You can only earn internal battle or victories by learning about yourself. And once you learn about yourself, you must accept yourself as you are. Acceptance from others begins with self-acceptance. This is why we've weaponized forgiveness, because we make no space for the humanity of each other in relationships. Why? Because we don't make space for our own humanity, right? The mask, most of us are playing a role like Tupac in Juice. Most of us are Bishop in our relationship. We believe the role now. The role is us now. No. You cannot align with that mask. You can't. Do you understand? Tonight's topic is going to be very deep. Quantum entanglement in the bedroom. Can physics explain why authentic love defies linear time? Right? Quantum coherence observed in microtubules, right? Talks about this mirrored, timeless intimacy. How things are connected at a deeper level, right? Trauma bonding as a colonial legacy, or black relationships uniquely weaponized by systemic oppression. We can't forgive each other, but we make passes for opportunities in a system that has always marginalized us, right? The empirical insight on that. ACE. Adverse childhood experiences, right? These scores correlate with systemic marginalization. I tell people all the time, man, you are in a relationship with a human being. You have to look at that human's history. Who raised them, right? Who brought them up? Was that parent in a survival mindset while raising that child? Did that parent raise that child through their own fear? Guess what? When you're dating somebody, you're dating the legacy of what that person has been through, right? And the relationship is designed to reveal it, right? We don't understand relationship. We must embrace the concept of defiant humanism, right? To be able to see a person as they are, to be able to relate. You hear me say it all the time. I'm a human being. You're a human being. We don't know how to be in a relationship with a human being because our unhealed wounds demand that person is in lockstep with the supply that wound needs. I'm not really dating you. I'm dating your lifestyle. I'm not really dating your lifestyle. I'm dating your ability to facilitate what my wounds need. Why does your brain prefer toxic relationships? Neurochemistry's role in addiction to chaos. Works in progress. Do you understand? Is it ego death or is it an ego trap? How scared relationships mask codependency. Eesh. Ooh. The empirical hook here. fMRI scans show enmeshed couples exhibit blurred self-other boundaries. Saxey, 2006. The algorithm of love. Can AI predict divorce better than therapists? Ooh. AI models, this is the empirical hook here. AI models predict divorce with 94% accuracy using speech patterns. Stanford, 2021. Forgiveness as violence. When letting go silences systematic injustice in relationships. Did you hear that? When letting go. We thought, many of us thought, forgiveness was a do this for me coupon. Now that you've done that, you've got to do this for me and I'm going to cash in. Oh, hurt people giving out hurt advice. Right? Forgiveness is changed behavior. No, it isn't. If the person changes their behavior to keep you, that's a red flag. A person has to change the behavior for themselves first. Oh, I know you don't want to see that, right? Let me read it again. Forgiveness as violence. When letting go silences systematic injustice in relationships. The empirical insight. Suppressed anger correlates with hypertension in marginalized groups. Graham, 2019. Are monogamy and capitalism twins? How ownership mentality destroyed authentic connection. Here's the empirical, right, insight here. Divorce rates peak in hyper-capitalist society. World Bank, 2023. Love as existential arson. Burning the colonial scripts of intimacy. Human connection has been or has become neoliberal theater, curated performances to soothe capitalist alienation. Defiant humanism rooted in quantum non-locality and ancestral audacity demand we incinerate these scripts. Right? Somebody's coming to save you. No one can save you but you. You are a self-Messiah. Now you can also be a self-Judas. Neuroscience reveals our brains reduce lovers to trauma-shaped algorithms. Spirituality counters that presence, dissolves time itself. To love rawly without commodifying, diagnosing, or colonizing the other is to risk alienation of the ego, of comfort, of the oppressive lie that safely exists in our own spirits. Listen, Black resilience and Zen Mu, right? And Zen's Mu, which equates to nothingness, right? True intimacy thrives in the scorched earth of surrendered control. Forgiveness becomes violence when it silences rage against systematic betrayal. You've been taught not to love yourself. You've been taught to look for love outside of your own heart. You've been taught to look for approval outside of your own heart. What is this show about? It's about being with a human being. We have to become intimate humanists. Your soulmate is a capitalist meme. Your triggers, ancestral ghosts to love now, untethered from past and future, is to commit existential arson. You gotta burn it down. Burn what down? Who the hell you think you are? Let the relationship industrial complex burn. I deserve is a part of the damn relationship industrial complex. You owe me is a part of the relationship industrial complex. Do you understand? If our unresolved childhood wounds often compel us to project unmet needs onto our partners, how might defiant humanism by demanding that we engage with each other purely as we are in the present, disrupt that cycle? How might defiant humanism, by demanding that we engage with each other, right? Purely as we are, whips, right? Human beings in the present, disrupt that cycle? In what ways can this refusal to recreate familial patterns, right? Familiar patterns serve as both a pathway to healing and a trigger for the discomfort of abandoning long-held defensive narratives. How does the practice of defiant humanism challenge the modern imperative to curate an idealized version of self and the other? Are you really in a relationship if you haven't accepted your whole self? Could embracing each person's raw, unedited humanity create an intimacy that is both profoundly liberating and disturbingly destabilizing, forcing us to reconcile the paradox of authentic vulnerability with the fear of being irrevocably exposed? You don't want to be exposed. If you don't want to be exposed, you don't want to be in a relationship. How many secrets you live with laying next to the love of your life? What don't they know about you? 1-800-920-1580. When we insist on relating to our partners as they truly are, without the filter of our past hurts, what happens to the ghosts of our childhood that have long dictated our relational expectations? Do you want to have a real conversation on a Monday? Can you be with a human being that is as flawed as you? And can you be with them as they are? Can you be with yourself as you are? We're going to find out when we come forward.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. Who cares about the black community in Altadena? We do. On Saturday, March 8th at 10 a.m., it's the premiere of Conversation Live, Altadena Rising with James Farr. This new weekly show will explore the deep roots and resilience of Altadena's black community as we track its recovery and reimagine its future. From relief efforts to rebuilding, we're raising up voices, stories, and solutions to build back Black Altadena better and stronger than ever. It's Conversation Live, Altadena Rising with James Farr every Saturday at 10 a.m. beginning Saturday, March 8th with an encore presentation Sundays at noon.
James Farr, the man who is the voice for Black Los Angeles.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 is committed to self-care and community well-being. Walk Good LA was formed in June 2020, inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement and the beginning stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. What began as a few minutes of breath work and yoga meditation before protests against police brutality turned into a safe space for the community to heal in hard times. The immensely positive response from the community transformed the momentum into a movement. Today, Walk Good LA is a black and brown-led community wellness organization based in Los Angeles. They provide spaces for healing through community yoga classes, guided meditations, hikes, run clubs, and other activations throughout Los Angeles that attract hundreds of members weekly. With the help of Propel and Michael B. Jordan, they now have a yoga and wellness studio in Los Angeles called the Walk Good Yard. To join their mailing list and connect with healing spaces, please visit walkgoodla.org. That's walkgoodla.org. Or find them on Instagram at walkgoodla. This is a community call to action, a community call to healing from KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
I'm Reverend Gerald, the life coach. Is someone you love struggling with addiction and mental illness? Is improving your family's health important? Want to leave a legacy that your family can grow? Are you ready to enhance your perception of life experiences? Then wake up weekends at 7 a.m. with Urban Family Focus and get the wisdom, opportunity, resources, and motivation to live your best life. Join the conversation on Urban Family Focus Saturday and Sunday at 7 a.m.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black. You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Don't sleep. Stop. Don't stop. Keep it. Yeah. From the ghetto to the club to the cars. Yeah, bubble like this. Come on. From the earth to the moon, the whole galaxy. Do this shit vibes-a-lee. JD, Dominique, Silky, collectively.
It's been a while since you've been out with me, lady. Seems like a century, yeah. All that matters is that I'm here with you, lady. Having you close to me, baby. There's something I wanna tell you, girl. You look fly tonight. Sure enough, look fine, yeah. State of mind you got me in. I know that I'm high. Feel good tonight. Let's have a good time. I know the city lights, bodies move to the roof. It's like the 90 glass of sin in our smoking room. I know the city lights, bodies move to the roof, baby.
So one must first put order in one's house. The house is burning. And some of us are not aware of it at all. It is actually burning. If you read every day the newspaper, what is happening in every country. So the house, your house and the house of humanity is burning. And we are not doing anything about it. Because we are all concerned with our own immediate security. Right? And when you seek security, for God's sake, you are bringing about total insecurity. Ça va? So, in Tokyo, in the last 6 talks or whatever we've been through, 4 or 5,
the man said the house of humanity is burning. The richness of the show, right? It's rich, it's layered. You hear the record, Jack Herrera? I miss you and I want to be with you. Many times we want to be with our partner to escape ourselves. That should be a red flag. My God, you only want to be with me to escape from yourself? You want to be accepted by me and loved on by me and approved of by me. Right? And you want it to be vice versa. And that's considered a good relationship. A good relationship is a relationship with two self-realized people. In order to reach self-realization, there must be self-acceptance. Where there is self-acceptance, there's the accumulation of self-knowledge. Many of us know that there is a dark, hidden, obscured part of ourselves. And we will engage in relationship and do the right thing in order to keep it going, to hide from ourselves. Can defiant humanism inadvertently reveal our most painful projections? And if so, does the potential for transformative growth outweigh the risk of emotional rupture? I don't want to be seen. I don't want to be revealed. But I will do what is necessary to keep this thing going because it brings me a comfortable escape. I don't care if it's a prison with a daybed, if it's a prison with curtains, with accoutrement. I don't mind living in a nicely dressed cell. I don't mind. So long as I don't have to go out and see the real me, or you for that matter. Does the commitment to defiant humanism, engaging with our partners without molding them into the images of our unfulfilled past, impose an unspoken ethical responsibility to accept the full spectrum of their humanity? Do you know how to be in a relationship with another human being? I guarantee you, if you learned that, you would not be doing so much damn doing. How many relationships die or get stale because the doing becomes monotonous? The doing takes center stage because you've never been taught how to be. Being yourself, being with another, being safe with self, approving of self. You ain't learned how to be. You just know what to do. And I'm tired of damn actresses. I'm tired. Right? In challenging our need for predictable, comforting narratives, might this approach force us to confront unsettling truths about love, control, and the limits of unconditional acceptance? When we come forward, we got callers, people want to talk. Do you want to learn how to become this radical humanist in your intimate relationships? Let's get it.
Let's make sure we do this right. There's something I wanna tell you, girl. Make sure to find the night. And baby, you look so fly. Whoa, whoa. The state of mind you got me in. You know I'm high. Feel good tonight. Let's have a good time.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Tyreek Wynn with 4 Things You Should Know with BIN News. Pope Francis has taken another turn. In an afternoon update, the Vatican said the Pope suffered 2 episodes of acute respiratory failure. He is receiving ventilation. Francis has been in the hospital due to bronchitis and pneumonia. There are about 3 million African American Catholics in the U.S. Forecasters are predicting a large storm system will bring blizzard conditions and possible tornadoes to much of the U.S. this week. President Trump's tariffs on Mexico and Canada will officially go into effect Tuesday. Last week in a Truth Social post, President Trump said illegal drugs continue to pour across the border in what he called very high and unacceptable levels, despite pledges from both neighbors to boost security. Over 1.5 million black people live in Canada. On Sunday at the Oscars, Paul Tazewell became the first black man to win Best Costume Design. I'm Tyreek Wynn on the Black Information Network, your home for Black News First.
The CONCACAF Nations League finals arrive at SoFi Stadium March 20th to 23rd. USA versus Panama, followed by Canada versus Mexico. Get your tickets now on Ticketmaster. For more information, visit CONCACAFNationsLeague.com/tickets.
Follow the leader. KBLA Talk 1580. Follow the leader.
If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Got your black.
Follow the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
To the 100 million people who owe the IRS money, this message is for you. We've helped tens of thousands of people close the door on their tax debt. So if you feel like you're stuck in a hole with IRS tax debt, then this is the easiest way to get a resolution quickly. To qualify for a no-pay or low-pay resolution, visit taxclosure.org to get free from the IRS once and for all.
To keep your bank accounts, income, and assets secure, tax closure is your same-day cure.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Nia.
Hi, Nia. It's Jennifer. Did you know that Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, I work here.
Okay. I was just double checking. Get it?
Because Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, you get me, Nia.
You could say that I double get you.
I guess we've taken it too far.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cal Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom? She started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio that's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Can you help me out? Prescribe something, make my high come down. I can't eat, I can't sleep at times. I think I'm going out of my mind. I'm hearing voices inside of my head, seeing shadows at the foot of my bed. Tell me what can I do to remedy these lovesick blues? Elevating my mental state, intoxicated, I'm facing like a fear. Just when I think it's over, till it takes total control over me. I get high.
How's everybody doing today? This is Antonio Moore coming to you from Tone Talks. I wanted to come to you today to have a brief discussion about black relationships. I've done a few videos in the past. This one's a nuanced version where I look at essentially why black relationships aren't a priority for black people. And when I say that, I mean that in the context of if we look at our lives, so many of us prioritize work, so many of us prioritize school, we prioritize outside family, and then we put relationships after all of that. When I talk about relationships, I mean intimate relationships with the mate, and it doesn't work that way. Essentially, what you're seeing to me is that so many of us have been programmed to go to school and to work that we've come to a point where we live to work instead of actually being in a place that I think prior generations were, where it's like working to live. And I argue that many other groups, from Latinos to whites, are still at, where your mate is your most important like relationship. And I don't just mean that to dump issues you have with your family or your work on them as a supposed best friend. I mean in a sense that if this person passed away, got sick or anything else, you would basically fall apart in some senses of the word. And so what I'm seeing now is that the lack of wealth in the black community is leading black relationships to not be that priority, and to essentially to be an add-on to life, and that's not good enough. And what ends up happening is you have two people that aren't feeding each other enough energy. Now, what I want to do is break down what I see as a visual in terms of data, in terms of research, and then come back out and then maybe add some solutions. But what I'm seeing now is that, as I said earlier, you look at most black life, because of the pressures of economics and to be successful, quote unquote, you see people prioritize work and school and outside family over their intimate relationship, or even finding an intimate relationship. Whereas if you go back 40 years, if you go back 50 years, essentially all of that led to an intimate relationship with a mate, whether you're a husband looking for a wife or a wife looking for a husband, to actually complete the process and have children. And now what's starting to happen is, because of the way that they've increased the cost of having children exponentially. I mean, I think Times, I pulled that article up, said that it cost $1 million to raise a child through college. And then you look at the reality of what they've done with black male unemployment and all of the sort. You just start to run into this reality. What's the value of this added like relationship to my...
Are you a relationship add-on? You know what? I guess I need a relationship with all the other activities I have going on. It would be nice to connect with someone. But largely that connection is viewed as an escape from everything else that you prioritize as important. I told you, many people do not understand the purpose of relationship. It is the reason why you've incarnated here on planet Earth, on this realm of existence, this plane of existence. It's the reason why you're here. This is how you work out old generational scripts, through the mirror of relationships. But we get so caught up in the toxic society in which we live, in which we've been conditioned by, that relationship is an add-on, is a tertiary thought, right? And for many people, that's why I'm playing the songs that I'm playing. The song was by Jack Herrera, I Get High Off You. He's talking about, we don't even hear the insecure attachment writing. We don't hear the anxious preoccupied. We don't hear, and listen, when you're wounded, more than likely you're relationally addicted. Ooh. I know you're not ready for this kind of talk. Right? You are always running to something safe. The easy win. There is no easy win in spiritual maturation. How can empirical studies on attachment and neurobiology be reconciled with metaphysical and spiritual notions of presence when examining the practice of defiant humanism? I need to be defiantly humanistic in my relationship with myself intrapersonally as well as with my partner interpersonally. I must be. The sister in the chat said that opens the door for people to walk on it all over you. Well, let me just make it plain. Your wounds are concerned about people walking all over you. When you're unhealed, you're hypervigilant, looking for, is he playing me? Is she playing? Are they lying? The wound is looking for supply, comfort, and predictability. You have to transcend the influence of your wounds. You must. That is the purpose of looking within. That is the purpose of introspection. And relationship creates this avenue to see oneself as they are. Tonight's topic, defiant humanism within intimate relationships, a deeper examination of how works in progress, whips, should relate to and love one another. With all this information that I'm laying out, at some point you got to say, wow, they're coming with everything I'm hiding. Somebody go meme it. The person that's attracted to me is coming with everything I'm hiding. With everything I refuse to acknowledge within myself, they're coming with it. But do you think they're coming with it for you not to acknowledge it within yourself? Wrong. That's the beginning of your work. Does our reliance on scientific evidence to validate intimate connection risk reducing the mystique of the here and now into mere data, or can it coexist with the spiritual imperative to embrace the unpredictable and transient nature of human experience? You so damn scared you're worrying about an old hurt revisiting a wound that has not been healed. When I come forward, the voice of reason is going to the phone lines. I need to talk to you guys. You guys got to bring me some clarity.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-511-2112. That's 800-511-2112. 800-511-2112.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you that we keep us safe. Every girl deserves a chance to shine. That's the belief behind Forgiving for Living, Inc. Since 1999, this organization has been empowering at-risk girls ages 13 to 18, helping them overcome behavioral and mental health challenges. Founder Wendy Gladney's personal journey inspired the mission to give girls hope and purpose through the power of forgiveness. Through their ambassador program, workshops, and annual conference, Forgiving for Living has touched over 3,000 young lives, providing mentoring, life skills, training, and tools for building self-esteem and confidence. You can make a difference. Visit forgivingforliving.org to donate, volunteer, become a mentor, or find help for a young girl in need. Forgiving for Living, Inc., building brighter futures for young girls. Visit forgivingforliving.org today. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Girl, I know this might seem strange, but let me know if I'm out of order for stepping to you this way. See, I've been watching you for a while, and I just gotta let you know that I'm really feeling your style. Plus I had to know your name and leave you with my number, and I hope that you would call me someday. If you want, you can give me yours too, and if you don't, well, I ain't mad at you. We can still be cool, girl. I'm not trying to pressure you, just can't stop thinking about you. You ain't even really gotta be my girlfriend. No, I just wanna know your name and maybe sometime.
David Goggins, often referred to as the hardest motherfucker on planet Earth. The only member of the U.S. Armed Forces to have completed Navy SEAL training, U.S. Army Ranger School, and Air Force Tactical Air Controller training.
Anything that makes me feel that fear feeling is going to get overcome. Fear is my ultimate guide. The worst thing in life that happens to a man is they get civilized, or a woman, anybody. Because you lose the hunger for life. That's my biggest fear, is I get to a point where life has come to me and I have that feeling of I've arrived. Most of life, you're alone. Up here, you're alone.
Yeah, we can be our worst enemy.
During the morning time, I build the armor. I face the world. Because now I know there's gonna be some disappointments along the way, every day. That's life. But if you face disappointments already in victory, the things I can control is I can control my run. I can control how my house looks, how my world is. I can control that, so I've won. Open my door of life. Life starts to beat me down. I'm facing it with the body armor that I created.
We all look for toughness. We all want it, but we look for it in a comfortable environment. You will not find toughness in a comfortable environment. The only way you find it is to drown yourself in a position where you're just out of sorts, where you can't swim and you're drowning. Trying hard is something in your mind just doesn't stop. Where you know 2 hours isn't enough. It's all about reality and what you're basing things off of. You have to have the truth to have a starting point. If I'm lying to you about who I am, there's no starting point. There's a false reality. You have to create the real reality. Where the fuck am I gonna start from? Once you come face to face with who you are, you have a starting point. I'm not real smart.
Oh, God, David. David Goggins is always on fire. Too much fire, but he was telling the truth. Defiant humanism in intimate relationships. Love as an act of existential insurgency. Human intimacy thrives on contradiction. We crave connection, yet armor ourselves with projections, right? We seek healing while clinging to trauma's familiar syntax. Defiant humanism, rooted in Alice Roberts' call to reclaim agency through radical presence. I want you guys to listen. And Sarah Bakewell's celebration of humanist free thinking invites couples to wage wars, right, against these paradoxes by engaging only in the raw now. I know you want to run to your partner as a shelter, as a safe haven from what happened way back when. Their job is to reflect what happened way back when. Your job is to accept what happened way back when. This framework demands we discard the psychological crutches of our past and confront partners as evolving works in progress. I call them whips. Not archetypes scripted by childhood wounds. Such defiance destabilizes, heals, and rewires relationship dynamics at quantum levels. Shattering the mirror of projection, neurobiology reveals that unresolved trauma embeds itself in the amygdala, hijacking perception to filter partners through outdated survival narratives. That's Bessel van der Kolk. When we project unmet needs onto lovers, echoing Patrick Carnes' trauma bonding patterns, we enslave them to roles that they never auditioned for. Do you hear me? They never auditioned for these roles, right? That's a cold, boy, that's... Whew. The absent parent, the unreliable caretaker. Defiant humanism disrupts this by weaponizing presence. Let me be present in the now and not allow my unhealed past to have a word, to have a seat at the table. We let wounds have a leadership role in the direction we're going to take in the newness of the now. If we borrow from Thich Nhat Hanh's interbeing patterns, right? We ask this question: what neural pathways fire when I mistake my partner's silence for abandonment? fMRI studies show mindfulness practice dampens the amygdala's reactivity, creating space to perceive the present unclouded by past ghosts. Davison, 2003. Yet this liberation terrifies. As Dr. Ramani notes, abandoning defensive narratives risks unmasking the vulnerability we've spent lifetimes avoiding. I told you before, love is the problem for many of you. You don't want to be in love, you want to be safe. And if toxicity, do you understand? You want to be safe if toxicity is safe. If your defense mechanisms are safer than intimacy, you will choose that. And you will attract that. What is the alchemy of our uncurated selves. Carl Rogers posited that unconditional positive regard dissolves facades, yet modern relationships often become mutual curation projects, Instagram filters applied to souls. Defiant humanism rejects this, invoking Rumi's burn that veil's sight to demand radical authenticity. Burn the veil so you can see authenticity. You don't want it, though. When partners expose their unedited selves, angst, shadows, and all, they trigger what Pema Chodron calls groundlessness. This free fall lacks the dopamine hits of performative romance, but offers something costlier: the chance to love despite, not because of. Don't you want to love somebody despite their shortcomings? Not in this society. Power is the main drug. I love you because you're powerful. I love what you do. I love how you control the room. I love your wealth. I love your accomplishments. Do you hear me? Do you love my wounds? Do you love me as I am without everything I've done? Do you love me as a human being, not as a person who can do for you? Do you understand? Do you understand? Defiant humanism. Love despite, not because of. In Kierkegaard's work, the authentic despair emerges here. We must grieve the idealized partner to embrace the human before us. You know how many people you've thrown away because they didn't fit your wounds? Yes, your integrity and your ideology and your belief system and your truth is co-written by unhealed wounds. So how true can it be of me? When we come forward, I promise you, the phone lines are cracking. People want to talk. We're going to get it.
The way you walked away, I thought I wasn't gonna see you no more. Since you didn't wanna give me your man, I thought that you were digging me and wasn't digging me. But anyway, what you doing tonight? I'll probably be with my peeps. If it's cool with you, maybe we'll swing by and you can just chill, or you can just